Welcome to Soveryn Podcast, the voice of independent Luxembourg.
Hello, this is Paul Comrie, host of Soveryn Podcast, where we discuss the highs and lows of startup culture, being independent and building a brand. And today we're not only building a brand, we are building a body. We are beginning week 2 of my training with Trev. And as a quick summary of week 1, what I can say is that I was a little tired, my feet hurt, and it was a challenge to become accountable.
Yep. Challenge, on my notes, I've scribbled a few things down, and what I've said, it's a struggle. We expected a struggle, we've got a struggle. It's a struggle, it's not quite a fight, mainly because you're receptive to me pushing, which works well. At the minute, it's me getting you accountable for what you're doing. And I know it's difficult for you. I can tell when the messages come, I can tell what time they come, that it's not easy for you. It's easy for me because I've got the energy. This is what I do. So I've got the energy. This phase of getting fit again, we share the pain because... And we've got so much energy between us. Your energy is getting moving and starting the process. My energy is keeping you on that track. I'm pushing you along that road. I know I'm pushing you along the road, but that's what I'm here for. That will become less and less as the momentum grows. So to have somebody who can help you every day, how you doing, what's going on, what about this, pass me that. And then to actually put that down, I've got a spreadsheet going that we check every day. And I'm ruthless with it, or brutal. We have a red, amber, green. If the steps aren't hit, it's red. If it's okay, it's amber. And when you're in, it's green. That has a psychological effect of making you hit your steps. You miss 2 day steps, you catch it up on the third. So nothing unusual. It happens all the time, and we're on it. Another one in the early stages. Everybody talks to me about diet. Yeah. Paul said I can be honest and open. I'm honest and open. Paul's 15 kilograms overweight. He needs to lose weight. Right now, that isn't my focus. My focus is getting you moving. Let's get going. Let's have some good feeling. Let's get out there, some fresh air. And then we'll worry about the diet later on. It'll come. Yep. There's a theory that we've all only got so much willpower. Yep. If your willpower is getting up and getting those steps in, why would we want to punish that even further? Because I'm punishing you enough. Let's leave the diet and we'll move on to it into a future. I've got a question for you.
Very good.
Your legs.
Yeah.
It was a tough week. I mean, I think we didn't log before we'd met, but I think you've gone like a 60% increase in the amount of steps you did in a week.
If not more.
Yeah,
I would say.
It was a huge jump. So how were the legs?
I mean, the legs, at night, a lot of times the legs hurt, the calves hurt, the feet hurt because I'm overweight, so there's a lot of weight on my feet. And I think I can say wherever I could, I cut out lifts and the car in every instance possible.
Excellent. Yeah, that's about nibbling away at the steps in the day. Yeah. If you can nibble 100 here, 500 here, you soon get to your 5,000. One of the reason why I'm concerned about the legs is Paul's been attacked from 2 angles. He's massively increased the amount of physical exertion on his legs, and he's overweight. So those legs are taking a pounding, and it's important that we avoid injury. We avoid injury and we keep motivated. A little bit of aching is normal. No pain, we're going to keep going. And what we'll do is, after this podcast, we're going to set next week's targets. And I can already feel that we are going to increase a little bit because things are definitely improving. What about a high and a low, Paul?
I think for me the high was I'll start first with the low. The low was not wanting to send you my steps because I didn't achieve my goal, and it was sort of like end of the workday, and I thought I just won't get the steps in, and I was so frustrated and I felt down. And later that night I had managed to get the steps in and sending you that, and your response, to be honest, Trev is incredibly encouraging.
That's great because, like I said, we don't talk before about this sort of stuff. What I've got for my high. Well, I should start with the low. I suspect it was the same day. You sent me about 6 o'clock and it's 3,000 steps. Yeah. And I'm like, man, like that's not enough. He's had a good week. And I'm thinking, like, let's not go over the hill. But what can I do? I think I sent you a little encouragement. 3 or 4 hours later, I get another one. Ding, 9,000 steps hit. That takes a lot of effort. It really does. You know, to get up from 6 p.m. and then to do your steps by the end of the day, it was absolutely brilliant. Another thing I want to pull on, it is about motivation, push. One of the other things we talked about was I was saying do 4,000 steps, and you was looking at me like, that's nothing.
Yeah,
You know,
that's true.
It's like, it's nothing. And it's like, okay, 4,000 steps physically isn't a lot. However, it's a huge amount. We're climbing a mountain, and whichever mountain you climb, the first 1,000 steps are not going to be comfortable. Once we get up, we'll get going. I was thinking about, as I drove off on my scooter last week, I understood what you were saying, and it's like, man, I need to feed something into you that to try and make you understand that it's a long journey. You've probably 10 years of abuse getting down here. Yeah. We're not going to climb that mountain in 10 minutes. I went straight from our podcast to a guy 10 years older than you, 10 kilos heavier, and he's got medical issues. He's starting his journey the same time as you. The difference is you're starting your journey 10 years before. And that's what I want to try and get you to understand. It's like, it doesn't get better. If you don't arrest it, it's not going to get better. It is going to get worse. I'll always be miserable about it, which brings on to my next one. You've got to congratulate yourself.
That's true. I don't do it normally. It's not something that's in me.
Yeah, it's... modesty, I don't know, but it's like... I've congratulated myself this week because it was a difficult week. You know, and I rode in on the scooter, I'd got my notes, and it's like, actually, we've done well. We've got through and we've done well. And you need to be aware of it as what I am. The other one is momentum. And I feel we're building this momentum.
Yeah.
We're building them. It's slow. It is slow, but the momentum is coming. What keeps that momentum going is little and often and routine.
That's true.
We've got to avoid moving an immovable stationary object is difficult to get going. Once the wheels are rolling.
That's so true.
And the wheels are rolling.
The wheels are rolling. That is so true, Trev.
Yeah, and we keep those wheels rolling. And the quicker they roll, I'm gently pushing, but at some stage I'm going to push harder when it's time. And on that, to finish off for this week, I want you to keep focusing on the steps. Give me the information. Keep the watch. No matter how much you don't want to wear that watch, get the watch on.
Yep.
Get the watch on, count the steps, send it in. I'll document it. No problems, you send them in. Training, okay, you can train. As long as you're moving, for next week, I'm happy. You're up, you're down, you're in, you're out. It doesn't matter, you're moving. And focus on the positives. Listen to your body. When you're walking, feel that there's a difference. You've told me there's a difference. Feel the difference when you're walking. Feel the difference when you sat down, and appreciate that difference.
Wow, that's powerful.
Yeah, anything from you?
No, just that. I think the notion of there being celebrate this small wins, and the small win is to me that I'm inspired to take the steps.
Yeah.
And I'm inspired to do little squats, even just like waiting for the
Correct.
bus.
Yeah.
Little squat here, there, you know.
Yeah, and I've used the wording. It's my wording. We shouldn't use small wins. We should just use wins.
Very good.
Because it's a win, and it's a win-win.
That's the close of the segment for me. It was just, we shouldn't say small wins. We should just say wins.
Exactly. That's great. Right, and I'm really looking forward to next week.
Thank you very much, Trev. So
Cheers.
much.
Thank you.